It all began with unusual radio signals that scientists started regularly detecting in the waters of the Pacific Ocean. These signals were so organized and structured that at first, they were thought to be attempts at communication with the potential for intelligent origin. Research centers around the world immediately took notice of these mysterious transmissions, striving to uncover their origin and meaning. The initial assumptions were that the signals could be the result of human activity, perhaps classified military exercises or a new form of communication technology. However, within just a few weeks, it became clear that the source was located deep underwater, in regions of the ocean inaccessible to humans. Meanwhile, deep-sea microphones installed to monitor whale populations began to detect increasing activity. These signals were not just random sets of sounds, but something resembling a coded language. Scientists started using underwater drones and hydrophones to get closer to the source. To their surprise, the signals were coming from a large group of dolphins gathered in an unusually dense and organized formation for their species. As the study progressed, it became clear that the structure of the signals was complex and resembled multi-layered communication consisting of numerous words and phrases. This discovery caused a real stir in the scientific community. After all, such complex forms of communication among dolphins had never been recorded before. The researchers were on the verge of a great discovery. But even more intriguing is what these signals might actually mean and what impact they will have on our understanding of the world. Conversations we've never heard before. A new reality. The signals recorded by the scientists turned out to be just the tip of the iceberg. It soon became clear that dolphins, contrary to expectations, were not just communicating with each other, but engaging in active conversations similar to complex dialogue. As scientists analyzed these transmissions, they became increasingly convinced that dolphins use a multi-layered system of sounds, reminiscent of human speech with its intonations and rhythms. Each new day brought new data. The formations of the dolphins changed. They combined sounds as if creating new sentences. This discovery led to the development and implementation of new analytical methods to decode their potential language. It turned out that dolphins are capable not only of transmitting information, but also of asking questions and exchanging complex concepts. Scientists began to notice that dolphins not only discuss their current actions, but also plan them with a precision that surpasses even the boldest hypotheses about their cognitive abilities. There are suggestions that these mysterious signals may be related to collective discussions, strategies, or even the transmission of knowledge. This phenomenon took the research world by surprise. After all, it was previously believed that dolphin communication, although complex, was limited to certain functions such as hunting or protection. Suddenly, it becomes clear that these aquatic mammals may have long developed a form of intelligence that humanity never even suspected. The question is, what happened in the deep waters to trigger such a cosmic leap in their communication? This fact has opened new horizons for research and presented the world with a mystery. What other secrets does the ocean hold? And what exactly are the dolphins trying to tell us humans? The secret life of underwater geniuses. Close observation of this group of dolphins revealed something truly astonishing. They formed complex societies with a hierarchy, interacting with each other on a level that was previously thought impossible for their species. These underwater geniuses didn't just swim around their aquatic homes, they seemed to engage in purposeful activities which included developing complex plans and distributing tasks among group members. As it turned out, dolphins divided responsibilities much like humans do in organized societies. This discovery puzzled scientists, as dolphins demonstrated abilities for cooperation and role distribution that had previously only been observed in human culture. During the study, it was recorded how they hunt collectively, forming complex strategies to drive fish into traps and also share their catch, which indicates their advanced sense of altruism. But what was especially striking was observing how they learn from each other and even pass on knowledge. Video recordings showed how the older dolphins teach the young, passing on valuable skills and tactics. This is not just instinctive behavior. Scientists were presented with a picture where dolphins participate in what may be a conscious process of knowledge transfer. Such behavior indicates that these marine creatures possess a form of collective intelligence that allows them to adapt and thrive in their environment. But what caused them to evolve to such an extent? Perhaps the answer lies in unique ecological conditions or the pressure of external factors. Scientists are only just beginning to unravel this mystery. But one thing is, clear dolphins have become the key to understanding new horizons of intelligence in the animal world. These discoveries show that ocean life conceals more complex forms of consciousness than we could have imagined. And this is only the beginning in the exploration of the mysteries of the ocean depths. A shocking discovery. Dolphins with intelligence surpassing that of humans. But what is most astonishing is the level of intelligence dolphins display in complex situations. In experiments conducted by scientists, dolphins demonstrated remarkable problem-solving abilities. In one instance, when they were tasked with retrieving food from a hard-to-reach container, the dolphins showed not only cleverness, but also a unique ability to cooperate. They used different methods, discussing and trying various approaches until they succeeded. Such a level of joint planning and adaptation truly shocked the researchers. After all, it was previously believed that such behavior was characteristic only of humans and certain primates. In another remarkable demonstration, dolphins used available objects such as stones and sea sponges to catch hard-to-reach types of fish. This in turn indicates dolphins' ability to use tools, a skill that for a long time was considered exclusively human or at best primate. The discovery that dolphins can employ such innovative and creative approaches in their behavior reveals the depth and complexity of their cognitive ability. But that's not all. One of the most impressive findings concerned dolphins' capacity for self-awareness. When tested with mirrors, dolphins not only recognize themselves but also appear to use their reflection to examine their own bodies, which is a sign of a high level of self-awareness. This discovery has upended more than one notion about the boundary between the human and animal mind. The combination of these factors indicates that we are dealing with a high form of animal intelligence, perhaps even surpassing human intelligence in certain aspects. The question is how these abilities developed and what potential they hold for future research. How did the ocean become home to superintelligence? The ocean, this majestic and mysterious world, has played a key role in shaping dolphin intelligence. Its vast expanses and complex ecosystems have made life conditions not only fascinating but also demanding constant adaptation and evolution. Dolphins found themselves in a world where survival depends on the ability to interact, analyze, and make decisions. This forced them to develop their cognitive skills. In the boundless waters, dolphins learn to navigate and communicate in order to hunt and protect themselves from predators. These constant challenges led to the development of complex behaviors that require not only quick reactions but also strategic thinking. Everyday life in the ocean provided dolphins with countless opportunities to learn and accumulate knowledge. By observing their hunting, scientists noticed that dolphins even use sound waves to coordinate their movements during attacks on prey. This allowed them to efficiently herd fish into a ring of bubbles. This is a method they have perfected over many generations. Such techniques indicate a deep understanding of the physics of the aquatic environment and the ability to solve problems in real time. The ocean's unpredictability has also shaped dolphins' ability to quickly adapt to changing conditions. They learned to join together in groups to solve complex tasks, which had a positive effect on their survival and reproduction. This cooperation became an important part of their evolutionary success. Moreover, it turned out that dolphins are not only able to adapt, but also to use the ocean as a tool for further developing their intelligence. For example, they interact with other species to benefit from their behavior, and also use natural phenomena such as tides for their own needs. These observations show how the ocean has become not just a habitat, but a kind of university for the development of their cognitive abilities. The dolphins' impressive adaptations point to a high level of intelligence, which we may only just be beginning to understand. This opens the door for us to a deeper understanding of how intelligence can evolve under the most unexpected conditions. Is the genetic code the key to the mystery? Researchers have sought to understand what enabled dolphins to achieve such an impressive level of intelligence. One of the main theories was the assumption about the possible role of the genetic code. Scientists began studying dolphin DNA to determine which specific genes are responsible for their cognitive abilities. During the analysis, it was found that some dolphin genes exhibit remarkable features not seen in other marine mammals, let alone in humans. In particular, attention was drawn to genes associated with brain development and neural connection. The mutations discovered may have contributed to an increase in brain size and improved functionality. Such genetic changes, scientists suggest, may have resulted from natural selection in the challenging underwater environment, where survival depended directly on intelligence. These genes enable dolphins not only to successfully adapt to changes, but also to develop the ability to solve complex problems, which they have to do every day in the ocean. Initially, scientists believed that the similarities between dolphins and humans were limited to empathy and socialization. However, a thorough genetic analysis revealed that dolphins possess genetic processes that enhance memory and learning ability. This can be compared to the unique mutations that once contributed to the development of the human brain. Such discoveries open up new horizons for understanding the evolution of intelligence, showing that the process can follow different paths. These findings in dolphin genetics have led experts to believe that their intelligence is not just a result of adaptation to their environment, but also a consequence of complex genetic changes. Research in this field continues, and each new day brings even more astonishing discoveries. Such a genetic code may become not only the key to unraveling dolphin intelligence, but also a tool for a deeper understanding of the evolution of intelligence as a whole. So, what will scientists discover next in this fascinating exploration of the underwater world? The prospects of communicating with underwater mind. The complex and mysterious signals discovered by scientists have become the foundation for a new wave of research aimed at exploring the possibility of communication between humans and dolphins. Initially, scientists assumed that dolphins could understand only the simplest commands and respond to sound signals, but recent discoveries have changed the game. New data on the structure and content of dolphin messages have forced researchers to reconsider their approaches and begin developing technologies for deeper interaction. One of the steps was the creation of specialized software for analyzing and decoding dolphin signals. This software analyzes complex sound patterns and extracts from them key phrases or words that could serve as the basis for building a dialogue between humans and dolphins. Such technologies open the door to new forms of interaction, allowing not only to observe dolphin behavior, but also to participate in its modification and management. In addition, researchers have begun actively using underwater acoustic beacons to establish a more stable connection with dolphins. These devices send out codes that mimic dolphin signals and record their responses. The first experience using these beacons showed that dolphins displayed interest and even tried to imitate some of the signals presented to them. This approach does not yet provide for a full-fledged dialogue, but it already makes it possible to establish basic forms of communication and interaction. On the horizon, there is also the possibility of using artificial intelligence, which could efficiently process large volumes of data and identify patterns in dolphin language. This will not only speed up the process of studying their communication abilities, but could also lead to the creation of a prototype universal translator that will interpret and transmit complex messages between species. As scientists continue their research, the prospects of communicating with underwater minds are becoming increasingly real. The question is not only how we will be able to do this, but also what opportunities will open up in our interaction with this amazing species, and what contribution this will make to our understanding of the world. What are dolphins trying to say to humanity? So what exactly are dolphins trying to convey to humanity with their mysterious signals? This question has become the main focus of recent research, as understanding the dolphin language could open up a new dimension in interspecies interaction. The first decipherments have shown that the signals not only contain information about the dolphin's everyday needs and activities, such as hunting or navigation, but also include more complex concepts, reminiscent of philosophical reflections or even cultural aspects. This led researchers to believe that dolphins might discuss their habitats, share experiences, and even plan future actions. Moreover, there have been instances when dolphins seem to try to draw people's attention to environmental issues. For example, in some regions, dolphins have accompanied researchers' boats to areas of the ocean polluted by discharges or debris, signaling this using their complex sound patterns. This was an unexpected discovery, as dolphins may be aware of human impact on the ocean and try to point out problematic areas. Scientists, however, are not rushing to conclusions, but such a possibility seems incredibly intriguing. Dolphins can also share information about potential dangers, such as approaching storms or underwater phenomena. Early signals that researchers identified as warnings may have been attempts to alert about threats and help avoid disaster. This suggests that dolphins not only possess high intelligence but are also willing to share their knowledge with other species. Current research is ongoing, and the prospects are truly exciting. Communication with dolphins could become the foundation for social change and cooperation between species, and understanding what they are trying to tell us may change our approach to protecting and preserving the oceans. One day, we may come to understand the message of these amazing creatures, who could hold the key to more harmonious coexistence on this planet.